So, hello everyone. Just basically going through got some little music in the background, whatever, because my last videos was pretty whack. But back to it. So again, we're basically gonna finish the video we were going through before with our UJ. You wanna recap of what basically happened um this previous year and just seeing like what are the best market setups? What are some ways I could have actually capitalize on these market setups and actually just be a better trader. So let's backtest. Again, I'll do a video on basically what happened with my previous trade yesterday. But UJ is basically being UJ. So again, we were actually going through this right here. Going through this setup right here. So now we know where we are. Basically, we just went over this basically this first week, this first 2 weeks, where we would have got our entries in. I know the first entry was somewhere right here at this top, just based off of confidence and it'd be at the highest point of the market. Second one was like around here. Um, third one was I think at the start of this new week. Three classic entries we could have had. Um, So basically, going on to these lower time frames, now that we know where we are, like I said, with market structure, let's go down to the lower time frames and just continue to follow where we are. So this right here, we're on a daily, we're just kind of looking at where we're at in market structure. And it's kind of just giving us a, like I said, we had this lower high going down. Market has this, like I said, candle by candle, play by play. This is clearly on the 4 hour retesting this area of support, which is now becoming resistance. Sometimes when life is happening or we're actually looking on real time, it's really hard to tell. Especially just looking at that 4 hour candlestick, it was kind of confusing because I mean it's making higher highs on the bottom end. So I mean I guess it doesn't have to be confusing, it's just basically retesting this resistance that was created here. So I guess just on the 1 hour we're able to then flow with it and see with this counter trend how market structure is actually flowing. So right now, like I said, we're at this on this higher time frame. We just retested this support. So that would be one reason, like I said, we were enter, and then we will be basically also taking another entry or waiting. I would have just entered based off of the area. I wouldn't look at candlesticks. I have learned recently, like I'm not waiting for the candlestick to close. So candlestick closure, candlestick closure. So I probably would have just been like randomly getting in based off of this, probably this area of support. And then just seeing how it's not basically retesting it. But it would have been hard for me mentally because I would have had such a sloppy order. Like 35, I don't even know if I would have been able to withstand that just for the price to just continue to go down. Again, like I said, I was in this one right here. I'm pretty sure I was in this order here, just like looking at this. Um, I think I got in, I think right here. It was such a fire order. That was like the most money I ever made trading. So far, it's like 4K. I got in here. I remember I got in for another order even here around this zone. And I got in for another order, I think here. Then we rolled up. We was in so much market like profit. I didn't even realize or even notice that it was retesting. And I saw it, but I didn't take it seriously. So that's also a thing. So um what could have caused us to understand that it was time to get out? I think that's why I'm going over this specific area right now. Because it's an area where I actually know I traded, know it was in the market, and for some reason I wasn't able to react fast enough to basically get out of this buy. Because it wasn't a bad order. I mean, it was literally 246 pips. It was a pretty decent order, roughly 246, maybe 200. Yeah, probably like 200 pips. 175 is fire. So I think that basically when I seen this area of exhaustion, I should have put my little spidey senses up. But now I'm knowing before I didn't have my strategy, I didn't have my A, B, C. But this is clearly the A, this is clearly the B, and this is clearly the C. And again, the A is basically a higher high. The B is the lower higher low. The C is basically the peak or the top, and then we will be waiting for the breakout. So right now, we really haven't seen a breakout yet, but basically where we enter is after D. We enter after the retest. We're after D, we're waiting for a retest. So if it were to break this area of support, then we would say we're waiting for a retest of this area of support for market to basically create resistance. So again, like I said, what could I have done to basically notice that price was reversing and at least get out here at this area where this candle is? I wouldn't might not have gotten at the top, but I could have got at least at support. It's still been in profit, at least like 1,000 pips. So there it is, boom. Uh, I mean, like right here, could you really say that this was a break? I would not say this is a break yet of support. It's not. Like this is just straight up like market structure. Like we have this high, higher low. This low is higher than this previous low. This high is higher than this previous low. All while, like we said, not breaking this support. So right now we haven't had a D yet. We're still basically at this peak area, retesting the peak. So basically getting in an area at this point, anytime you get up at the highest point, is basically based off confidence. As you haven't had the D yet. To get in at resistance would be the actual place to get in. So let's see what happens here. So it tested it, and just looking at this, how this candle formed right here, what type of candlestick pattern is this? Not quite bearish engulfing quite yet because we haven't seen it engulfing, but it kind of is looking just very seller's exhaustion. Just based off of this, we don't have to say what type of candlestick pattern is created. We can just see how the candlesticks form. And it really was at this area, it was not able to push past the momentum. And even this candle, the momentum, and even this candle here was not big. And then let alone, why are you being disrespectful right now? Oh well, we're gonna try again. Um, it was just not big. The momentum in that candle was not big, and how it closed, it couldn't close barely above this high, and it didn't. It's actually stopped and created a little small baby wick. And then this candle next to it tried, but it failed. It came right back because it could not even form a solid body. And again, this candle sellers got in. So like all of these are still, even though it's making and respecting these higher lows, it's creating higher lows, but at the end of the day, what's really going on. So let's continue. Let's just see what's going on because we're still respecting this area, this support area. We're just gonna put that here. So let's continue. Let's see. So boom, boom, boom. So this broke and did D. Do you see how I wasn't able to close out on my trade? Do you see? I mean, like I did not have the amount of time to even like analyze it. And I mean, you do. I mean, this was 2 hours. You had time, but when you're in a state of fear, and that's what I was, like I told you I was up the most amount of money I've ever made, $4,000. So like at this point, out of all my orders, I didn't even have a 5 lot in. I think I had maybe like 2 lots, 2.5 lots max. And that's what gave me that $4,000. But I'm telling you, I think here at this support line, probably at this bullish variation, I got in for a buy. I was so stargazed. I was just like stargazed that I did not even consider. I told you that this could possibly be pulling back on me, and I just didn't do the analysis. So speaking of that, at this area right here where it created this now we have this area where again we have support, we have resistance, and again that is price saying it can't even close above there. So at that point, we basically could have said, I already told you we couldn't enter here. That would have been my base entry based off of confidence, based off of basically knowing that this is an area of support, retesting resistance, that's market structure, that's creating a higher low on a higher time frame. So that would have been my first confident entry. Let's see if we could have got an entry at the retest because a lot of the times I might have a mindset falter, and I just want to get in, but I missed it. So like here, where market is prices down here. It's down here. It's not up there. It's not back here where it was before, just 2 hours ago. So I will have to wait for the pullback. And where would that pullback be? I'm saying it's gonna be somewhere where this line is. I'm not sure where. Next video I'm probably gonna get my EMAs right. So get some EMAs on this chart that are actually accurate. These EMAs up here, not the best. Moving on. So boom, boom. When I seen this happen, I told you I remember I'm going to the little time frames because I'm looking at this like ain't no way in ham sandwich that this is finished retesting. I knew it was gonna have 100%, at least a 78%, at least a 78. No. And now that I'm looking at it, the momentum on all these candles are crazy. And Q makes he just made this new video on his site or whatever. Like that's my mentor. If you're knowing where I got my knowledge from, you should definitely pay for the course. Q Banks, shout out to him. Just search him on YouTube. But basically he was explaining to me at these support areas, if momentum is very high, um, expect for it to hit your TP2. So like here, I just based off of how we trade and how Q taught me how to trade. Like we're going for TP1 will be the negative 27%, which it clearly banged through. And then TP2, I mean, touched it so beautifully. Q Banks is not an idiot. So like that could have been the area for TP2. So he says that if it breaks support and doesn't struggle, and struggle meaning this is a struggle. What it's doing up here, let me get this stuff off my chart so it's clear. Let me see. This will be D. Anyway, this is a struggle up here. Something that's basically pausing and coming back. But at this point right here, where it broke structure, it was no struggle. And the support was right here. It largely blasted through that with the full thick body. So now that we knowing that, we knowing that this thing is taking off and it's not waiting for anybody. So with that being said, I'm knowing now what I could have did. First thing I could have did is been aware of the fact of this breaking structure on the daily and took that very serious. Like took it very serious. I didn't take it serious at all. So when I seen this happen, I basically was like, oh no, we're just gonna have a little, retest, or we're gonna just have like a little, something like this where it would come up here and then it would come back and just keep on going. I've never even seen that. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought that. But once you have a candle that breaks structure and then candle next to it closes and continues that's when you know structure is broken. And this is what we teach in our course. So Q Banks is awesome. Shout out to him. Pops. Anyway, moving on. We are continuing play by play on basically how we could capitalize on this great sell. I'm telling you, this sell was so great. That's why I'm going through it because it 100% retraced. So you possibly could have caught 6,000 pips this previous year trading UJ. So that's crazy. Uh, again, like I said, we opened this year, 2024, 200 pips. It came this year and literally 100%. So that's 4,000. And then now UJ is like literally right here around this area. So that's 4,000, 5,000. That's about 6,000 pips right there. So it's no need to sweat. UJ is going to feed you. You just got to figure out how to get fed. So anyway, on the high time frame, we're still doing good on this week. I'm just gonna keep playing because we already got in for that next one, that third entry. Okay. So so based off of this, where can we apply our next point of basically an area where we can either, yeah, basically our next point of interest. Where is our next point of interest? So previous high, previous low. So yeah, this will be our next area of where we want to place our exit. So we're just gonna follow the market right here. Um, let's go. Play by play, seeing where we basically have another area or opportunity to get in. And also just flowing with the market. So this is the same week, and within this week, it hit our TP1 right there. Hit TP1 of this order alone, like probably 300 pips, 500 pips. No, but this is 300 pips for sure. Um, Crazy. Let's see. Here, let's see if we can have a hit. So what did we see again? What did we say? Um, this is the support area. Let's look at how it hit the support area. And what do we just say? Depending on how it actually breaks this support will tell you whether or not you're gonna hit TP1 or TP2. So just looking at it, like I said, on the 4 hour, because that's the most clean, we can see that like it did have like some type of consolidation area, but as soon as it retested, it basically shot through and shot to TP1. And how it basically closed with this full body candle here is what I could say is a very um volatile type move. It wasn't little candles, little candles, little candles, little candles. It was a big candle. The 1 hour candle right here blasted through about 50 to 60 pips. That's 70 pips. On the whole hour, it was about 70 pips. So it's like at this point, you're knowing that market not slowing down and you probably can get to your TP1 and TP2. So at this point, I'm thinking I would be very interested in seeing the market, like I said, continue structure. And watching structure up here was very confusing because it was straight trending, straight trending. So every single high you were seeing was actually a lower high. And that was also my struggle. Every time I seen a green candle, I was trying to buy it and I was trying to hold it. And it had nothing to do with market structure. So like just looking at market structure here, we still creating lower highs, lower highs. We're still creating lower highs. So in that point, even though it looks like it possibly could be bullish right now, is it even that way on the lower time frames? It kind of is, but on the higher time frames, it's not really giving what I'm wanting. So let's just see like if it's gonna continue or if it's gonna reverse. No, it basically continued to the lower side. And that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, I was having a hard time kind of like holding on to this because I wanted to get out and get back in, get out and get back in so many times. It was quite difficult. Um, so what else was happening here? So at this point, we're almost to the beginning of the year. We didn't drop 1,000 pips. 1,000 pips within how many weeks? Just 15 days. Murderous. Murderous. UJ is awesome. So as we continue to go through this and learn more, I just said there is a little bit of more information that needs to be gotten from how we can discern from the lower highs. So on this 4 hour, it's pretty clean. Like I said, we're breaking lows pretty swiftly. We would need to back up. And I think that was the number one thing that I wasn't doing. Like I would have need to really back up to see what the true like trend was. And now that this week is over, like wait for next week. Like we saw this. Like let me go back. This is could have been another area where we're basically looking and we're like, oh snap, like 207, that's 3,300 pips. Like You could have easily caught that. So on the lower time frames, let's look at this because we saw this. Did we not? Did we not? This could have been another opportunity for our entry as well because on a 4 hour time frame, we're actually getting enough momentum to get structure off out of here. So um boom. So what I'm looking at right here, how could I have capitalized on this? This one is pretty interesting. Just basically because I'm looking at it and it's kind of messy. So I do see that it did create a support right here. Probably the best support area would be here. So it did create some support area and then it kind of like went to the sideways movement when it couldn't break this resistance area. Like all these are just tests. So boom, try to break out. And then all of these are what? Now creating lower highs. And that's something to be said too, because this high is lower than this high. This high is low. This low is lower than this low. This low is lower than this low. And this low is lower than this low. So it was kind of telling you without you even needing to do anything else. It's creating the downward momentum on its own. This is even a lower high. So at this point where we had this final test, I would say that could have been a place where we could have entered. Why would we have entered? Again, purely off confidence. Not because we've had any break and retests. Um, it just look at this exhaustion. Like when it came here and it wasn't able to close past here, like that's a clear indication to me that price is slowing down. And then it created this basically bearish variation right here. So I probably got in right there. So where would we exit? They're getting farther and farther away. This would have been 300, 650 the other one. Crazy. But let's just watch market structure play out. Oh, well, let's see. Because apparently we would have got worked out. So one thing I was looking at, let's see, because this is like a classic one right here where structure comes and then it does like this. And then I mean, I'm literally chilling. I hate the chill mode that I be doing. But I'm literally chilling. I'm telling you, I'm chilling. So I'm like, when I got in my order in my head right here after this 100%, I'm gonna go all the way in and chill. Like I'm not even gonna be in my charts anymore. I said that in a previous video that I'm not even gonna look. I'm just gonna let my stop loss do its thing. And I would have got stopped out. Like just look at this as it plays. What could have told me to get out? So what I'm seeing here is a clear sign of like basically respect. That probably could have been the best area. This is a clear sign or respect of su support. So once it's respected support and created this higher low here, we should have got out. I mean, it 100% retraces in the first. Couldn't even stay in that one for long. Crazy. Let's see it do its thing. Well, the number one thing I'm learning is the 100% retrace. And just based off the 100% retrace, we probably should have waited on that at this area and could have got in here. So like I definitely would have got stopped out at this high because I probably would have had 15 pip stop. That's normally my stop on UJ. And yeah, I couldn't have made it 84 pips, but it would have been nice to lose the 15 and then regain, from here. Like I probably would have done that. Just took an L on 15 pips and just probably entered in that area. But look at how it even went higher than that. 35 more pips higher than that. So that wouldn't have even been a sound strategy. But it would have been too bad though, as far as like waiting for the 100% retrace. But I'm telling you, it's hard to know whether or not or whether you're supposed to wait for it. So let's see what we got. We're pretty far down the trend. We're pretty far down the trend. I would say that we're almost to the beginning of the year here. And I'm gonna take a break right now because it is New Year's and I do want to spend some time with my family. I've kind of been looking at this all day. But so far so good as far as my mindset for this new year. I'm excited, I'm ready, I'm motivated to just lock in and actually, like I said, do what I said I'm gonna do, close out on this potential that I have and go ahead and make that a reality for my life. And I am going to be marking up US oil coming soon and then dropping those other videos that I said I was going to drop in my other video. Basically my risk management, my strategy, and then basically finishing up this USD JPY recap. And I already did the USD buy results. And probably gonna do another video just to go over what's happening with UJ. So yeah, should be good year coming up, 2025. All right. Have a good afternoon and like New Year's is coming up. So hopefully you're able to check off all your New Year's goals this next year and just go ahead and capitalize on being alive and living. So bye. Y'all have a good afternoon and I'm out of here.